Merry Christmas everyone, and welcome to this Christmas edition of Trendz Travel. We hope that you're already surrounded with love and already preparing that Christmas turkey. In the meantime, stay with us and travel the world.
Coming up next on Trendz Travel this week, we were treated to a scrumptious Christmas lunch. We look at lush places to sleep when you visit the mother city. Then some art from Belgium. And finally, dogs are being pampered in India. Stay tuned for more.
Chef, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence.
Pleasure.
Let's go. Let's start with the starter. Please take us through this wonderful starter.
So we've prepared a classic risotto with lots of butter, lots of parmesan cheese to give you that creaminess, and cooked it down with a tomato water as opposed to a standard stock like you do with tomatoes. That already infuses the flavor as well as the color into the risotto. Over the top we've got some crispy fried onions to add texture to the dish, some red onions which we've pickled in a sweet Thai pickle just to break that acidity from the tomato, and we finish it off over the top with what we call a tomato espuma or a tomato foam and a little bit of dried tomato skins.
How healthy is this meal?
I suppose to an extent it's healthy. It's vegetarian, so you know there's nothing heavy in there. As I mentioned though, to make it luxurious, we do add butter and cheese to it, so it's not necessarily the healthiest dish, but it's really good for you.
Very good for you. Thank you for this. What are we expecting for the second course?
Right, second course we've prepared our lamb loin for you, and that's paired with some brinjal artichokes which are in season at the moment, and a yogurt dressing.
Is it ready?
It is ready.
Okay, let's have it. Chef, the main course. I believe you've got two main courses, but let's start with the first one.
First one we put together for you is kind of a Middle Eastern inspired dish. So we've worked with lamb, brinjal, smoked flavors, and most importantly ras al noot spice. So what we've done is we've taken a lamb loin, we've dusted it with ras al noot and some coarse sea salt. We've then vacuum packed it and cooked it sous vide at 145 Fahrenheit for half an hour just to seal in the moisture. That then gets pan fried to add a little bit of color and a nice char to the lamb. As I mentioned, we've paired that with Middle Eastern flavors, so we've done a smoked baba ganoush puree, some brinjals, as well as artichokes which we've done baragool, cooked in white wine, garlic and a little bit of onion. And then we finished it off with a yogurt dressing to bring in the creaminess and a nice rich lamb jus. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed.
Guys, it's out of this world. Second main, what can we expect?
Second main, we've done a pork belly. Pork belly has become a standard on our menus. We do change menu 4 times a year, but pork belly always remains on in some form.
Yeah, it's very standard. Every restaurant has pork belly, but not everybody gets it right, unfortunately.
So what we've done is we've braised it for 10 hours in a master stock, low and slow, and then crisped it up in a pan. And that's served with a truffle arancini, a little bit of cauliflower and asparagus.
Take us through some amazing desserts, very colorful, very summery.
Very summery. So we've put together the flavors of coconut and mango in this dessert. We've done a coconut cheesecake, paired that with a coconut crumble as well as a coconut cream, and then finished it off with mango sorbet, a mango gel, and little pieces of brown butter sponge cake.
Okay, cool. Let's go for it. I'm not gonna have a lot, guys, because I'm trying to get some abs for December, so just gonna have a tiny little bit. So also good for Christmas.
Also good for Christmas. You know, mangoes will start hitting the peak of their season in mid-December and then run through till sort of end of February. So you're getting a lovely ripe fruit without introducing too much sugar into the dessert as well.
You're actually quite right. It's not very sweet, eh?
Not very sweet.
Very sweet.
The coconut cream as well relies on the natural sweetness of the coconut. So, like I said, we haven't introduced that much sugar into it.
Yes, it's not even the sponge cake. It's very light.
Yeah.
This festive season, what are you guys offering? Food-wise, what's happening?
Our standard offering, we are open breakfast and lunch every day, and then we serve dinners Monday through to Saturday. Our dinners are a little bit more of an experience as opposed to our lunches, which are a standard a la carte menu. For dinner, we offer either a 4 or a 9-course tasting menu, and then obviously we're open on Christmas lunch as well, a standard 5-course meal for the day, and it's just a nice, relaxed way to spend your Christmas lunch.
Thank you so much again
for
having us at Trendz. We look forward to coming back.
Great.
Hopefully for Christmas lunch. Guys, Christmas lunch, you know where to come. 10 on Bombas. Best be sure come there. Thank you so much, Chef.
Such a pleasure.
A transformation that took on a new energy into the busiest district of Cape Town. The Silo district breathes new life to the V&A waterfront, giving art lovers a treat to the biggest contemporary museum in Southern Africa.
Since we've opened, the success of the institution was beyond all of our dreams. I think that the public very quickly have learnt to embrace this museum. They've taken ownership. It belongs to them now. We thought it would take us many years to get that buy-in, but within a couple of days of opening, we've had over 110,000 visitors in 2 months. We have over 10,000 members, which means these are people who put down real money to make a commitment to support this institution. So I think that what this shows is this is not a place for the art world alone. This is not a place for arty-farty intellectuals alone, although that's a very important community for us. It's a place for the people. It's a place for the people to come and see their culture, their identity, their heritage celebrated on the same level, to the same value as any other group in our country.
The Zeitz Museum of Contemporary Art Africa exhibits the best work of the 21st century Africa, as well as formidable works by international artists.
9 floors, of which 7 are open to the public. There's over 100 galleries. There's centers dedicated to photography, fashion, the moving image, performative practice, art education, curatorial studies. There's 2 floors for blockbuster exhibitions. There's 2 floors for the permanent collection. So it's a place where you could come multiple times and never truly get through the collection and get through the museum. It's a place that you're going to have to come many, many times to truly understand the vast creativity on our continent.
The museum enhances the growth and understanding of art to the public by curating a range of educational programs.
It's really looking at the importance of Africa culturally and the influences of Africa around the world. What impact do we as Africans have in conversations with music, art, film, performance, not only in our country, not only in our city, but further afield?
Navigating through this historical silo building is not for the faint-hearted. The ever-changing works of the artists have been strategically placed in order to give you the best experience of these 100 galleries.
What you'll find is on the first floor, a lot of the work deals with the identity of questioning what is African. What does it mean to be an African in this moment in time? The next floor deals a lot with portraiture, the face. So many people said, will I be represented in your museum? Will I see myself in your museum? I don't want to see somebody else, I want to see myself. On the third floor we see a lot of work done by women artists who are saying for too long females have not been represented in public institutions. We're staking our claim to have a voice. And then on the fourth floor, solo exhibitions where we see one person's viewpoint. So I think what we've seen is African identity, representation of those of us who call ourselves African, the importance of individualism, the solo exhibitions, and also groups of people that might not have been recognized before, like women, like people from the LGBTQI community, from people who haven't had a voice, and now we realize we've missed out. We have so much. We're not doing this for charity. We learn so much from people who are different to us. That's intercultural understanding. That's the future of our country.
So when you pop in at the V&A waterfront, head to the Silo district and experience the beauty of Africa's best artwork at the Zeiss marker.
If you've just joined us, unfortunately you've missed our Christmas lunch special, but we have so much more for you just after the break.
Entrepreneurship and taking charge of your own destiny is a mindset, and it's something that should start at a very young age.
I started when I was around about 3 or something, because I have a bunch of paintings in the office. I have a teacher that teaches me and my class how to do business, and he was the one who taught me.
Being an entrepreneur makes you money-wise.
Before everyone spent their money, I would sell the little things I painted, and I'd sell my drawings and stuff like that.
In business, it is important to keep record of all your transactions.
I have a passion and I love making anything, so I chose to make Play-Doh, and I'm passionate about it.
Catch Bupilong every Friday at 17:30.
Welcome back. In this segment, we go to the Radisson and then we explore the beautiful and bright Qatar.
In the incredible newly established Silo district, centered in the heart of the V&A waterfront, lies an art hotel like no other. The Carlton Resido brand has opened the 4th Radisson Red, adding to the 1,440 hotels they have operating in the world.
But it's the 4th Radisson Red. We expect to have 20 by 2020. And what we are looking now is locations where you have this type of expectation in the market. And Cape Town is bold in this one. So Cape Town was a tremendous opportunity for us. The location of the property here on the Silo is fantastic. So we have this, we have Brussels, Glasgow is coming, Dubai is coming. So we go really, we're feeling that this type of market expectations of different type of experience, guest experience, is really the driver behind. And you know, the inspiration of the brand is art, music, fashion. And art, music, fashion, if you find it back in the city where you are, you tick the box.
The brand prides itself in exploring all the artistic elements that enrich the culture of a city. Cape Town seems to be a firm favorite when it comes to highlighting the beauty of Mzansi. The Red was welcomed into the city with a big gig launch party.
That's a great day for me. It's a day we've been waiting for, building up to all year. We've been working very hard at putting the components of the hotel together, so to celebrate this evening, and then inviting all these guests to the hotel is fantastic. Yeah, well, the idea behind the big gig was to really celebrate that tonight and to showcase how we do that. So when you step inside tonight to enjoy tonight's big gig, you'll see from an art perspective local artists that are coming through and display. You'll be able to visit everything from a tattoo artist and have temporary tattoos done. From a musical, it was really about showcasing lots of different talent, from bands, DJs, soloists, and a full spectrum of music. But not just art and music, it's also performance. So you'll see certain elements of performance through the evening as well. And from a fashion point of view, of course, there's some very, very stylish people on showcase. So I think as you touch through all elements of our hotel tonight, you'll see lots of evidence of that coming to life, and that's what we want to do every day. So the guests that come and stay in the hotel should touch and feel that all the time.
It's tremendous, and Big Geek fits perfectly the product we have developed here. And it is a bit the essence and the DNA of the brand, the Red brand. It's it appeals for the new modern traveler, millennium mindset, not generational but attitudes. And you see it in the way we have designed the property. It's all about multifunctional spaces, lofty feeling, and then you have all the areas being the check-in, your meeting spaces, your self-service and man stations. All these communal areas are blurred a little bit because we want to interact with our customer. We want to give them a different experience, totally different experience that you find in the traditional hotel. So we want to be different and we want to be bold. We're working a lot with local designers. You have seen it downstairs in the multifunctional, lofty area. It's all about local designers. So you give the sense of place. We don't want to be the cookie cutter hotel that you find back everywhere. So we want to give the Cape Town feeling. And the Cape Town is very busy. It's cool. So we worked on this on the design also.
The number of art districts in South Africa are growing, mostly through the use of transforming historic monumental heritage sites. The silo district is reimagined from the grain silo, known as the heart of the operational life of the city's waterfront dock.
We're very fortunate. The silo district naturally, and all the creativity and arts in the museums and that we're surrounded by, it's a perfect complement. Given that with Cape Town, which is known for its creativity and innovation, then it's a perfect storm really. So now we're delighted. We've had so many options, and bringing the hotel to life, which is through art, music and fashion, which is a big focus of ours, has been a real pleasure.
Of course, every explorative big gig has to go along with a big menu.
Our big gig menu was designed specifically for the idea of street food. So we have got a number of different food stations. We've got here on our deli counter, we've got tacos that's done with chicken, fish, vegetables, and then with a lot of trimmings that goes with it, and then some nachos as well. The normal way of doing nachos, but then a serious salsa with a bit of kick as well. Some guacamole, don't forget that, and a bit of sour cream. And then we're moving further down this way. There's a cheese display out. So that's for those that want to have a bit of cheese and a bit of wine, or just something a bit more chilled. And then I'll get back to the red curtain later on. So we go back up to the roof now. I've got a shawarma up there, so that's been cooking with lamb and harissa paste. You've been upstairs, you got the smell, but that's serious up there. It's really, really serious with lamb and all the trimmings that you get from what a proper shawarma would be. But we're doing it our way. So we don't call it shawarmas, we call them spinners, because the way the meat cooks that way, so the lamb is on the fire, it cooks slowly with all the flavors that's in there. Now we come downstairs again. So beyond the red curtain on that side, what we've done is you've got access through there only with one of our superheroes. So out there is we are doing a very serious cheesy and gravy drenched fries. So that lines your stomach for the next round and for the next tequila and for the next drink. So that's basically the idea. So the idea behind the menu tonight was very much street food, and on all the outlets that we've got, that we are showcasing the idea of street food and easy, comfortable, that we don't have to go always this frillikies and fallikies that we have.
Are you wondering if staying here could break your bank? Worry not, because Carlson Residor is about selling you a priceless experience.
A little bit in lower than blue. It's affordable. It's affordable. It depends also on the city you are operating it. The city level of the price you pay for a 5-star in Minneapolis is not the same price you pay in the 5-star in Cape Town. And the price you pay for a 5-star in Cape Town in the summer, in the winter is not the same. So we don't want to play in the 5-star. We are an upscale value proposition. We want to be close to this new generation and new segmentation. So the price depends on the time, on the city, but we want to be really close to the reality. We are not just working with high rate, unaffordable rate, because what you want to have is really the experience.
It's all happening here at the Silo District. Let the culture of the city come to life and enjoy its artistic flair this festive season.
Mega ships have been arriving at Doha port ahead of cruise ship season as the country tries to attract more tourists. With 21 ships expected to arrive between November and April this year, the Gulf country hopes to attract more than 50,000 tourists by the end of the season. Qatari officials say they are promoting Doha as a stopover for cruise ships to diversify their tourism sector as part of the country's new tourism strategy. This comes at a time when tourist numbers from neighboring Gulf countries have decreased as a result of an ongoing diplomatic dispute.
السياحة البحرية جزء أساسي ومهم من استراتيجية الهيئة العامة للسياحة 2017-2023. بدينا باستقطاب البواخر السياحية في قبل موسمين. الموسم اللي راح كان عندنا زيادة 1000% مع وصول 47,000 شخص على متن هذه المراكب. وهذا الموسم 2017-2018 بدأ تقريبا قبل شهر، وراح إن شاء الله نستقطب 50,000 سائح هذا الموسم.
Figures issued by the Qatar Tourism Authority shows a 4% decline in visitors from the Gulf Cooperation Council region in the first half of 2017 compared to the same period last year. At the same time, visitors from Europe and the Americas grew by 10% and 7% respectively. In August, Qatar announced visa-free entries for citizens of 80 countries to encourage air transport and tourism amid a 2-month boycott imposed on the Gulf state by its neighbors.
في نفس الفترة اللي تناقص في عدد الزائرين من بعض الدول المجاورة، كان عندنا زيادة كبيرة في أعداد السياح الجايين للسياحة الترفيهية. كذلك لا ننسى احنا في الفيزا أو قانون الفيز في قطر تغير بشكل كبير بداية من شهر 8 هذه السنة. أكثر من 80 جنسية، أكثر من مواطنين أكثر من 80 جنسية يدخلون قطر من دون فيزا. وطبعا من أول ما بدأنا تطبيق هذا القانون الجديد شفنا زيادة كبيرة في عدد السياح القادمين إلى دولة قطر.
الآن أصبح الترند الجديد الموضة اللي هي الميجا شيبس، اللي هي عدد الركاب فيها لا تقل عن 2500 إلى 3000 راكب، هي اللي أصبحت تأتي أكثر إلى المنطقة، لأنه طبعا بتشكل توفير على شركات اللي هي المشغلة للبواخر، وفي نفس الوقت بتدخل لهم أكثر لأنه عدد الركاب وعدد الغرف أكثر فيها.
Prior to 2015, Doha Port was unable to receive such large ships. The port is currently undergoing redevelopment work to accommodate the vessels. Qatar is gradually receiving more visitors from Germany, looking to enjoy both cultural and recreational activities as part of a cruise ship experience.
Germans love the hospitality, but not always, which was also discussed at the 5-star level. The German market, as well as other European markets, need also a good 4-star product, which will come in also in regard to the World Cup. So there's a need for a new product, but there's also a need for new destinations. In German, the biggest part of the society which is traveling are the so-called best agers. People over 50, they have the money, they have the time, they spend it, and this is an ideal target group for a destination like Qatar.
alles eingeflogen und deswegen in den Raum bringt der Schalter mit nach Hause und dann dauert das Anfreunden.
Gulf Adventures said the region is now attracting mega ships that can carry up to 3,000 passengers. Visitors from the Six Nations GCC previously accounted for almost half of all visitors to Qatar.
We have so much more for you still after the break, so don't go anywhere.
A very good morning to you, and thank you so much indeed for choosing Morning Live.
But I want to know that basic thing.
Griselda Lewis, SABC News, in Parktown, Johannesburg.
Zimbabwe, Mzondeli Mbeje, SABC News, Luanda, Angola.
Let's take a look at your market indicators.
Thanks for staying with Morning Live. Let's bring you your sports news.
Let's take a look at your satellite image.
Set the agenda for the day with Morning Live.
Some people travel for the scenery and some people travel for the arts. In this segment, we go to Egypt and Belgium to explore the art scene.
The last piece of missing Magritte painting was found underneath another of the artist's works at the Magritte Museum in Brussels using X-ray imaging. The fourth part of the Enchanted Pose, 1927, was painted over by Magritte to create his 1935 to 1936 work, God is Not a Saint, which depicts two women leaning on columns.
So the beginning was in 2012 in New York at the MoMA. So they were doing this X-ray radiography of one of the paintings, and they discovered the first part. And they discovered the second part in Stockholm in the same year. And 2 years ago, with the University of Antwerp in Norwich, they discovered the third part. So everybody was, the research area, they were searching for the last part to see where it is. And so we had the good surprise to find it right in Brussels, so right it should be.
The Royal Museums of Fine Arts of Belgium collaborated with European Centre of Archaeometry at the University of Liège to find the last piece of the puzzle using radiographic imaging. The Enchanted Pose was recorded in Magritte's catalogue of works, but he cut up the painting and reused the canvas in 1932, mostly likely to save money on canvas.
So the story is part of a broader research project called Magritte on Practice. In this research project, we are trying to understand the practice of Magritte. So we are trying to come back to his artistic practice through the analysis of the materials he was using. So, for example, the kind of pigments he was using. And to do that, we are using non-invasive techniques for imaging, to analyze also the elements, the molecules that are present in the paintings.
The first piece was found in 1913 under Magritte's 1935 painting, The Portrait, in the Museum of Modern Art in New York. The other two pieces were found in Stockholm and Norwich. The full work has now been fully virtually restored at the Magritte Museum in Brussels, which is home to over 40 paintings by the artist.
I think he destroyed this painting because he was really in deep economic crisis. It was the late 20s, early 30s, so no money. He was coming back from Paris, really no money at all, and so he was really recycling his old paintings, the one that he felt not so confident with it or not happy with it. And so he has cut this one in 4 parts. He was also using other paintings, just repainting over, but this one he has really cut in 4 parts and do 4 different paintings.
The United Arab Emirates recently held its annual week-long Dubai Design Week, a festival of creativity and innovations that attracted hundreds of designers from across the world. This year also saw Africa in the spotlight, with one of the world's most influential architects and designers, Sir David Adjaye from Ghana, as one of the event's keynote speakers. Adjaye is also one of the architects who won the prestigious commission to design the new National Museum of Africa, American History and Culture in Washington, D.C., which opened in 2015.
I think undoubtedly the relationship of Africa to this part of the Middle East, this part of the Middle East continent, is not to be underestimated, and I think would be a real lost opportunity if it wasn't registered in the cities. The cities here have been trading with the continent, especially East Africa, for a very long time. And the influences from even as far as Senegal right through to East Africa on the Middle East is not to be underestimated in terms of the cultural exchange, the people. It's also had a history of slavery even.
The architect emphasized the need to recognize the long-standing trade connections between the Middle East and Africa. The event also provides an opportunity for some of the big and established names in design to rub shoulders with new and upcoming creative minds. Dubai Design Week organizers also staged 200 events across the city to allow the public to easily access the different works on display free of charge. African Designs also made a mark at the event with the Africa by Design pop-up exhibition. The exhibition celebrates the rich and multi-dimensional design landscape of the African continent, with designs from Senegal, Ghana, Mali, and Nigeria, among others. The works fall between 3 categories: furniture, product design, textile design, and environmental design, and is taking visitors on a journey through the beauty and complexity of the continent's diverse cultural influences. Founder and director Krisa Amua said that Africa by Designs resonates with people because these designs are thought-provoking, not only because of their heritage, but because they run counter to the tech feel of most modern designs.
When something I think is handmade, you're more likely to hold on to it a bit more dearer, less likely to throw it away, and therefore we're slowly or consciously being more aware of our throwaway culture and being more environmentally considerate as and where possible. So I think, Africa by Design is ticking all of those boxes, and I think that's why it's catching people's interest. That's what has brought us to Dubai as well. So it's really exciting to see where this is going to go.
Now in its 3rd year, Dubai Design Week featured 550 designers, and with its growing popularity, organizers hope to build a creative community space of studios, galleries, and a design school.
Philip Filipino artists faced off in an on-the-spot timed painting competition in Manila as part of an international contest called Art Battle. A dozen illustrators and artists painted on white canvases using acrylic paint for 20 minutes while spectators circled around them to observe and later on vote on the best work.
I think the time pressure makes it fun, makes it exciting. It's for the audience and for the artists to really challenge themselves and push the limits of their own craft.
The contest challenges artists to think creatively under time pressure and helps them practice various art techniques.
Yung sa time, sobrang saya nun. Kasi yung parang, yung pleasure din, yung rapid nung puso mo habang gumagawa, sumasabay sa passion mo eh. Then yung audience is parang, pampano yun eh, pampamotivate. Napakaramdam mo na habang may nanonood sa likod mo, gaganahan ka magpinta.
Digital illustrator Nico Palez, who painted 2 works depicting his girlfriend's face in bright red, blue, green and yellow, won 3-round tilt, making him eligible for the national finals to be held in 2018. Competitive painting under Art Battle is also held in major cities in Canada, Tokyo, and the United Kingdom.
Egypt put on display in Cairo previously unseen artifacts from the tomb of Pharaoh Tutankhamun in a bid to boost the country's tourism. The artifacts, mostly gold, are among the numerous exhibits in the Egyptian Museum in Tahrir Square, which were for the first time shown to the public.
في فريق بحثي من أساتذة الجامعة ومن العاملين في وزارة الآثار بنفكر النهارده في القطع أو فكرنا وبنطلع خلاص القطع من المخازن، قطع ما كانتش واضحة بالشكل اللازم هنبدأ نظهرها، وبشكر فريق العمل المصري الألماني اللي ورانا دقة صنع العمل، الفنانين المصريين شفتوا الدقة ازاي، شفتوا الخنجر ونلاقي الرقائق الذهبية الرفيعة كان بتتحشر في الجلد بسمك نص مليمتر، عمل دقيق جدا.
The exhibition is organized by the Ministry of Antiquities and the German Institute of Antiquities in Cairo on the occasion of the 115th anniversary of the opening of the Egyptian Museum. The gold pieces of Pharaoh Tutankhamun were displayed after the restoration work was completed.
طبعا أنا معجبة بما شفته من مجوهرات في قصر قديم لملك توت عنخ آمون. قرأت إن هذه الأثرية لديها قيمة كبيرة، وتم اكتشافه أكثر من 100 سنة تقريبا، وهذا دراسة تحليل من قبل التعاون بين الخبراء الألمانيين ومصريين أيضا.
الأشياء المعروضة النهاردة لم تعرض من قبل، دي بتشكل نوع من أنواع الشغف عند الأجانب، بالذات اللي جه وشاف مقتنيات الملك توت عنخ آمون، ولما يسمع إن في حاجات لم تعرض من قبل بتعرض لأول مرة، دي مشجعة جدا.
Al-Anani pointed out that the new discoveries and the opening of more archaeological exhibitions will return tourism to Egypt, adding that the ministry will reveal several archaeological discoveries before the end of 2017.
After the break, we have a mixed bag of international stories for you, so stay tuned.
In the belly of the beast, the vulnerable are easy targets in the streets. Marauding gangs terrorize communities mercilessly. With no respect for human life, animals are also not spared. The money business knows no boundaries. There is no respect for life. Helpless communities silenced by their pain. Can their last defense be in time to the rescue? Special assignment Saturday at 5:30 p.m. when we unravel the truth.
A luxury dog hotel in India's northern Gurugram city is slowly becoming a popular hotspot for pooch lovers who want to pamper their furry friends. The 3-month-old hotel provides a wide array of services, including salon and spa, veterinary care, television lounge, deluxe suites, swimming pool, and cafe, all rolled into one.
This is not a luxury, this is a basic need for them. You actually need to think these are the most loyal animals on earth, and they can do whatever for you. They can do anything. And these kind of like providing good place to sleep, good place to play, good place to rest, and have a good place to have fun is actually not a luxury.
The first of its kind hotel for pets is the brainchild of Deepak Chawla and his wife Janvi. Chawla on Thursday, 23rd November, said providing upkeep services for animals were not a luxury but a basic need for them.
Any pet owner which comes to us, with all the services in one roof, he gets relaxed. He is very happy that he doesn't need to run here and there for any services extra. If he needs vet self, we are here. If we need boarding, we are here. Grooming, we are here. Accessories, we are here. Everything under one roof. It is very comfortable. It is convenient.
Currently running with 1,000 members, Kriterati also plans to fit in more soon in their 12,000 square feet area.
Very impressive, and I think they've done a good job of, getting this place and redefining the whole culture of the pets that, that should be. So, absolutely. So I think I've been pretty happy about this.
Clients' responses have been overwhelming as the facilities, according to veterinarian Dr. Vinod Sharma, is as relaxing for the pets as it is convenient for the owners.
Tourists revel in joy in India's northern hill resort of Manali received season-first snowfall. Visitors were seen enjoying the weather by throwing snowballs on each other at Solang Valley, which has turned white after the snowfall. Besides Manali, tourist spots including Lahun Spiti, Chamba and Kulu and Kianur of the hill state Himachal Pradesh have also received snowfall during the past 24 hours. The snowfall has plummeted temperatures across the state. Temperatures in Manali dropped to as low as 4 degrees Celsius after snowfall.
और शिमला में भी वैसे स्नोफॉल होता है, बहुत मज़ा आता है, बट मनाली को कुछ अलग है. जैसे शिमला हिल एरिया है और यहाँ पे वैली है, तो ज़्यादा मज़ा आ रहा है देखने में भी और बहुत एंजॉय कर रहे हैं.
Snowfall is a boon for northern states in the high altitude as the inflow of tourists increases during this period, which is a boost for tourism industry. Street bands brought traffic to a halt in the Moroccan capital Rabat. They were taking part in the opening of Visa for Music event, aimed at bringing together music professionals from around the world. Musicians and music professionals from 85 countries are taking part in the gathering, which some compared to the annual World Music Expo held in Europe. Among those taking part this year is Mamdou El Kadi from Egypt.
شفناه متابعينه من اول ما ابتدى مهرجان فيزا فور ميوزك من 4 سنين. حسينا ان هو ممكن يكون تجربه شبيهه بالورلد ميوزك اكسبو، وقلنا ان يبقى جميل ان يبقى عندنا في افريقيا وفي شمال افريقيا في مهرجان يقدر يسوق للموسيقى بتاعت افريقيا لبقيه العالم زي ما موجود في بره في اوروبا.
Ce rendez-vous à la fois culturel mais aussi à la fois un rendez-vous professionnel a permis à beaucoup de nos artistes de se produire un peu partout dans le monde, a permis de développer des projets, a permis aussi de développer des petites structures, des TPE, des petites structures qui veulent ou qui s'investissent dans le secteur des industries créatives. Aujourd'hui, on peut dire que ce rendez-vous est essentiel pour le développement de l'industrie de la musique ici au Maroc.
The event's founder, Brahim El Masnet said the gathering is crucial for the development of music from Middle East and North Africa. Since its founding 4 years ago, Visa for Music has helped organize more than 300 concerts for regional musicians all over the world.
هو السوق يعني أصبح كبر في وقت قصير، وربما المشاركة التونسية باش تكون ربما البحث على أسواق أجنبية جديدة، و يعني قام ربما باتفاقيات شراكة مع مهرجانات يعني مغاربية وأفريقية وعالمية.
Moroccan violinist Hisham Talmoudi has returned to this year's edition. After having benefited from his experience last year, he was invited to perform at the Cape Town International Jazz Festival in South Africa, as well as the Musical Days of Carthage in Tunisia.
الحدث تيخول لك انك تعرف على ناس في الميدان الفني في المهرجانات الكبرى العالميه، تيخول لك انك تقدر دير شراكه مع فنانين، تيخول لك بزاف المسائل اللي هي مهمه لاي فنان. فكيف تنقولوا الفنان تي انفيستي باش يقدر يعني يروج لنفسه، وانه يقدر ينتشر اكثر.
The event runs till the end of the month.
Unfortunately, we've reached the end of this week's episode of Trendz Travel. Join us next week for our final dose of Trendz Travel for 2017. Have a Merry Christmas tomorrow and don't overindulge. See you next week.